Well, good morning. It's 5, just turned 5 in the morning, and minor situation here involving rain. So it's been raining on and off since about 3:30 in the morning. That in of itself isn't a huge issue, but we've got some water ingress. You know, the $14 tent is only so good. Being rainproof isn't one of them. Being cheap is certainly one of them. So I'll try and show you what's running in here. So yeah, we got just water on this wall. A bit of ingress here. Nothing terrible. But I've got everything on higher ground, including myself. There's water coming in there. Yeah, so things might be a bit damp. See what happens this afternoon. But yeah, hopefully the rain will hold off enough to pack up. Okay, sit rep number 2. Can confirm that everything's dry. Bedding is still dry. I've put it all away in a waterproof bag. Rain has stopped, which is excellent. I'm going to finalise the pack up of the bed, which I'm sitting on, which is the island. So hopefully we won't get things too wet. I'll find a dry patch of floor, which happens to be right beside me. I'll kneel on that and then get this air out of this bed and rolled up, and I think we're going to get on the road. Okay, greetings everybody. It's just before sunrise. I've been going about 30 minutes now. It was a wet old night and decided to break camp, get all my bedding away before it had a chance to get wet. I actually did pretty well. Very minor dampness on one of the blankets, so that'll diffuse through the other blanket in the sleeping bag. Hopefully it won't be too bad. The tent itself was wet on the inside, but I shook it out and drained it as best I could and then rolled it up. So I've had my coffee. I got flanked by a couple of trucks. You know, I moved my bike up out of the bush where I was camping, just by the table so I could have my coffee. Yeah, a couple of truckies arrived. It was a sign to move on. I have been a little anxious because I don't have instrument lights. I can't see speed or revs, but as it turns out you get a knack for hearing how fast you're going, so that's been working well. And of course I don't have a tail light, so there was a truck behind me at some point in the distance. I just made sure I kept ahead of him, a bit extra speed. This part of the country, very limited wildlife. I haven't seen any roadkill because it's very flat plains. Coming up to Ceduna. Ceduna's about 65 kilometres. I'm going to try to get to WA today. I made a really good start, so it was only 630, I think, to Yatala on the border. Let's see what we can do. But yeah, it's always lovely after the rain clears. Beautiful, sort of moist, not too cold. And really enjoying it today, so I'll switch off and get back to it. Okay, I've come into the servo at Ceduna, come out of the weather. Got a nice little breakfast. bike's hiding there out of the rain. I'm gonna hop in. It's 8:15.
Rightio. Well, it's a miserable day. There's some clear weather there. Okay, next fuel stop is about 30 kilometres at Yatala. Signing out.
Well, there's an interesting development. We're at Yatala self-service. Starting to run low on fuel. I've done 205 on this tank. Get to the pumps. I'm out of order. Sorry. I've tried it, it doesn't work. So, Nullarbor is 100 k's away, this way. Got my 5 litres of juice, which I'll put in here. Yeah, gonna have to do that. Won't have fuel otherwise, so. Oh, freezing, shivering. Alright, we'll get some juice in, get going.
Alright, we're leaving Yatala with no fuel. That's really shit, but it is what it is. Can't help it. So yeah, we'll just have to be as fuel efficient as we can for the next hour. I have got a slight headwind. So pretty sure I can do, let's see, 207. Nullabor's only 90. Hopefully there's Nullarbor Roadhouse, so it'll be 297 on 29 litres of fuel. That's doable. Wish me luck. Alrighty, so we're coming up to Nullarbor Roadhouse. I was able to slipstream that truck in front of us and conserve fuel that way. I haven't dropped back onto reserve, so I've got fuel to spare. We're very grateful for the extra fuel. People, pack extra fuel if you're on a bike. It's a real priority. So we're technically on the Nullarbor Plain. Been on for about 10 kilometres. There's a sign stating, you know, the eastern end of the Nullarbor Plain. So here's the roadhouse coming up on the right. I'll be in trouble if they don't have fuel, but they will. I'll stop here for, I'm going to have a coffee and warm up inside. It is pretty chilly, but we're in fairer weather, as you can see, much better. I think there's some rain over there to the west, to sort of the southwest. The Bight, the ocean is directly to my left. It's not terribly far, it would only be a couple of kilometres, if that. Okay, here we are then. the hive activity. Look at the old petrol pump there. Must have been the old shack. That's a rig. Jeez, it's huge. Look at the chassis on it. Looks like this is me. Pump number 4.
Sit rep at Nullarbor Roadhouse. I just fueled up. It took 26 litres. So had I not had the 5 litres on board, I would have run out. But yeah, that's why I carry 5 litres of fuel. I just spoke to a guy. He told me that Madura was also out of fuel. Not that Yatala was out of fuel, it was the bowslet was broken. It's self-serve kind of joint. So yeah, I'm just going to stop, have a refreshment here and get cracking again. I really want to get to WA. I'm not that far away, a couple of hours, and I want to get a little bit further on tonight, get away from this weather and get everything dried out. So enjoy the monster, and we all know what's hiding there. Kransky.
Okay. You're obliged to come do some sightseeing on the coast here. When you're on the Nullarbor, you've got to go and see the Great Australian Bight. Now, what you just missed was this dude doing a overtaking move on some other guy on the oncoming traffic, and he didn't leave enough room, so I had to hop into the onto the shoulder to let him go past. Both of them go past. A bit hairy, but had plenty of time to react. It wasn't as if I didn't see it coming. I saw it coming from about 400 meters away. He came and he came and he came, and he wasn't getting past the car that he was overtaking. Anyway, who have we got? We've got a couple of people out on the lookout. Bloody tempted to ride the bike out there, that's for sure. Yeah, why not? What are we going to say? How dare you? How dare you ride your motorbike on the walking path? Vehicles prohibited beyond this point. Yeah, well, okay. Fellow West Australians. Hope I can turn around, otherwise I'll be pushing it backwards. Australia. Just about to cross over the border. I'll probably turn the camera off. Just wanted to record for good times. And we'll see what level of unpacking we have to do. Last time coming here they wanted to go through almost everything. Actually, what I'll do is I'll get some juice first. Some juice and then we'll do the border. Alright, the border crossing was pretty basic. Stopped me for a couple of minutes just to ask me questions. I didn't get the full unpacking like last time. I must have looked a bit sus. Okay, so this is the last leg before I'm going to stop for camping. I've got another couple of hours. It's now 3 o'clock according to the watch here. I think it's probably actually earlier than that. I think the clock's gone backwards because I'm in Western Australia now. Regardless, I'm making my way to Madura, 200 kilometers roughly. So it's been a chilly trip. First half was wet. Second half was a lot more pleasant. The sun came out, and it's gone now, but the sun came out. It's good to be back in my home state. Alright, I'm going to switch off and hunker down for the last leg. Okay, so I'm going up that bluff, just that hill in front of me. There's free camping up there, so see what we can find. Get around the back of the sky, you can't hear me. It's a little bit off-road, but you should be able to show our routes. Can't see shit there. Okay, we're good. Alright, one camper over there. I want some more sort of shelter. Yeah, this will do in here. Well, we're here at the top of Madura Pass, and the $14 tent. She's looking a bit worse for. Had to pack it up wet, and got a drying on some bushes. You can see it's pretty moist in there. Got a drying up on bushes because it's really quite dusty here, and that's just going to make matters a bit worse. So I'll dry it as best I can before I start getting beds and things in there. Yeah, that's how wet she was last night. Oh, it's quite the view. I'll take you a little bit closer. Yeah, it's a fairly breathtaking view. That's where camp is, just there. Okay, map update, and I'm showing you with a map that's just about given up. It got very wet this morning, last night. So map update needs to include when I arrived at Yatala, stayed there in a motel for the passing of the cold front, down through Orroroo, across to Wilmington. This is now Flinders Range, up through Quorn. Across this little bit here to Port Augusta, down Iron Knob, Kimber, Woodner, and now we get a little bit sketchy because of the map. Okay, so Woodner, then across here, I stayed about there last night, then woke up really early, cracked the sparrows, Sejuna, fuel drama here at Yatala, so then I had to wait till I could get fuel at Nullarbor, which is about here. It's not even on the map. Then I've come through Yatala, into Western Australia, and I'm staying here at Madura tonight. So tomorrow, going to get to at least Norseman. Might try to get to Coolgardie, then that just gives me a really good short run home. So yeah, the bike fitness has come along. Today was, I'll calculate it and let you know, but it was a good at least 600, I think it was closer to 700 kilometres through all sorts of weather, and I'm feeling actually quite good. Just need to finish drying that tent out and then I'll get my bedding sorted. What a day. It was really good. Really enjoyed it. It was ups and downs, highs and lows. I did mention actually on the helmet cam, I got run off the road by some dude overtaking, misjudged it, and he didn't back out, so there was 3 of us abreast and I took the shoulder. I got caught by a police car doing a U-turn. Not me doing a U-turn, they did a U-turn on the highway, 100k an hour zone. I was doing 100. The car was on the side of the road. I saw the indicator go on, and I always cover the brake in that scenario. And then it started moving, and I was like, oh geez, it's actually going to pull out. So I put the brakes on, geared down, more brakes,
and it just pulled out and did a U-turn right in front of me. And she looked out the window and she literally saw me, but just kept going and didn't do a fast one, just sort of really plodded into a U-turn. It was like she didn't even recognise that I was there, and I've heard people do that sometimes. They don't expect to see a bike. So yeah, I was on the horn. She got out of the way and I went past, but if I hadn't have been alert and watching what was going on, I could have just slammed into the side of it. It was fully an obstacle they had to get around. What was the third thing? So it was fuel, cop car, and overtaking, run off the road. So that was an eventful day with the weather as well. So anyway, looking forward to hunkering down, getting all the bedding out, getting some dinner on, finding a place to cook. There's no tables here or anything, so I might just be... Actually, I'll do it up on this big... I've got my helmet up there. That'll be a good place to put the stove. Alright, I'm going to get to it. Catch you later. Slight change in plan. I shifted camp from over there to here, because this has all this leaf litter where I can camp on, and it's got cover. It's going to be 3 degrees tonight, so... and then I got my bedding out, and when I packed it up this morning, I thought, oh, it's just a little bit moist. Yeah, it needs drying. That blanket's pretty moist. Sleeping bag's a little bit okay. Mattress will be okay, but that end blanket over there in the background, that one's quite wet. Yeah, so here's dinner. They'll be ready to go. It looks fairly feeble, but yeah, beautiful evening as the sun goes down.